2020 started off as a horrible year for most investments. However, after record levels of money printing and government stimulus, it quickly turned into a great year for almost all asset classes. It is now 1 month into 2021, and it seems like the momentum from 2020 is pushing asset prices further into record high territory. Within the first month of 2020, we've already seen the Australian house prices reach record highs. And this is a similar story in almost all asset classes: cryptocurrency, stock market, and just about anything else that you can invest in. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my top assets to invest in 2021 for maximum returns. This video is not going to be me talking about investments that I think are good, but rather sharing with you guys what I'm investing in, how much I'm investing, and why I'm investing in these asset classes. So make sure you guys watch this video to the very end. I'm sure you guys will get plenty of value out of this. And if you're looking for more real estate investing content just like this, make sure to follow me on Instagram at InvestWithZane, where I post daily content. Just a quick disclaimer before we start, guys. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm simply some guy on YouTube sharing his personal opinion. And if you're looking to invest in any asset class, you should always do your own research and due diligence and considering consulting with real financial experts before any big financial commitments. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Let's start with a bit about me. Business and entrepreneurship has always been my bread and butter, and I've been running my own business since the age of 15. And what I've learned from the last 15 years of running a business is that running a business is very hard work. I was introduced to the idea of investing from a very young age. However, due to the risk associated with investing, I was somewhat hesitant and I did not start investing until many years later. And looking back now, this was one of my biggest financial mistakes. And if I could tell my younger self one thing, that would be to invest more and have my money working hard for me instead of working hard myself to try and earn more money. Don't get me wrong, running your own business can be very profitable. However, it wasn't until I started investing that I finally reached my goal of achieving financial freedom by the age of 25. And if I had started investing earlier, I would have achieved that goal much sooner. Now that you have a rough understanding of me and my upbringings, let's get on with the video and talk about investing. Something that I think everyone should be doing in one form or another. Let's start with real estate. If you've been watching my older videos, you will know that I absolutely love real estate. It's an asset that is tangible, its value is believed by everyone, it produces an income, and most importantly, the banks support and encourage you to buy it. With all the stimulus programs such as Home Builder, First Home Buyer Deposit Scheme, stamp duty concessions, and record low interest rates, as well as our love for real estate as a nation, real estate is without a doubt one of my favorite asset classes, and I will be investing heavily in real estate in 2021. I plan on adding another property to my portfolio this year, and the markets that really interest me are Perth, Adelaide, and regional Victoria. These markets all have a few things in common. They are all relatively affordable. The expected rental returns are great. The vacancy rates are low, and these markets have not seen the explosive growth that we have witnessed in Melbourne and Sydney. I believe all of these factors combined, along with generous government stimulus programs, as well as record low interest rates, will push these markets higher in 2021. So if you're not invested in real estate and you're finding it hard to enter the expensive and competitive real estate markets, then maybe you can look at more affordable markets outside of your city, where there are plenty of affordable and growing markets for you to choose from. Just make sure you spend plenty of time doing your research and due diligence, because after all, this is going to be one of your biggest financial decisions, and you want to make sure you get this one right. And if your experience in the property market is limited, I will strongly encourage you to consult with a buyer's agent. To further illustrate my bullish opinion on real estate, let's take a look at some data. Despite the crazy predictions by the bank in early 2020 about how we're going to see 20 to 30% corrections in our property markets, the conclusive 2020 data painted a very different picture. If we look at the graph here, we can see that dwelling prices actually increased in 2020, with all major markets recording positive growth. And the most surprising part about this is that 4 out of the 8 capital cities saw a total return in the double digits. As we can see, the property market is definitely seeing some strong momentum going out of 2020 and into 2021, with consumer confidence at a 2-year high and bank repayment holidays steadily dropping. As well as our unemployment figures improving, there is almost no reason for the property market to slow down. All of this is in line with the Big Four banks' new prediction for strong growth in 2021. I know you guys are probably sick of listening to me talk about real estate. After all, I've made about 20 videos talking about property. So let's move on and talk about something more exciting. Before I start, I know some of you guys are going to be very skeptical about this asset class, and I personally don't even know if I believe it to be a long-term investment. However, after everything we have seen in the space, it is slowly proving its value in our current system and the system of the future. And that, of course, is cryptocurrency. Let's start the discussion with some negatives about this asset class. First of all, the worst thing about cryptocurrency is obviously its volatility. If you ever owned cryptocurrency before, or you currently own some cryptocurrency in your investment portfolio, you will know that it is very common to see swings of 20-30% in a single day. As a matter of fact, a simple announcement by the Tesla CEO, Elon Musk, that Tesla has purchased $1.5 billion worth of cryptocurrency and he now plans on accepting it as a form of payment, sent the Bitcoin price soaring more than 20% in less than 24 hours. This shows just how volatile this asset class can be. However, if we take a look at the pros of cryptocurrency, then we will see that there are limitless applications for this technology, and it is really a currency of the future. This, along with the fact that PayPal, Venmo, Square, and many other big fund managers, billionaires, as well as tech giants such as Tesla and Apple now looking at ways to integrate it into their business model, I believe there is tremendous upside for cryptocurrency. And that's why I've been investing into it for the last few years, and I'll continue to invest into it in 2021. Let's just pause here for 1 second and talk about risk management. As any long-term and experienced investor would know, risk management is probably one of the most important aspects of investing. Without proper risk management strategies in place, you could lose your entire life savings very quickly. So how do we manage risk when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency? Well, one of the most common phrases that I've heard in the investing world is to not put all of your eggs in one basket. Yes, cryptocurrency has performed extremely well in the last few years. And yes, cryptocurrency does have some very good upside potential. However, because of how volatile and risky this asset class is, there are many reasons why it could go wrong, and therefore we should never put all of our money into something that is so risky. I personally manage this risk by only investing 15% of my net worth into cryptocurrency, and also by diversifying into other asset classes. This way, I get plenty of upside potential from cryptocurrency without risking my entire portfolio. Another good way to diversify your investment portfolio and minimize risk is to invest in hard assets that have known to hold its value in times of chaos and economic shocks. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a rough idea of what I'm referring to, and that, of course, is precious metals, and more specifically, gold and silver. I personally look at this as an insurance policy on the current economic system, which is fueled by cheap debt. And there have been times in history where this kind of monetary systems have collapsed completely. During these chaotic times, people lose faith in fiat currency and inflation can get out of control. This is when people start putting their money and trust into hard, tangible assets such as gold and silver. After all, if all the central banks in the world are holding large amounts of gold in preparation for when you become handy, shouldn't we do the same? If billionaire fund managers like Ray Dalio are increasing their investment in gold and increasing their allocation towards gold in the investment portfolio, shouldn't we add some to ours? Let's also take a look at gold as an investment and its performance in the last 20 years. If we refer to this graph here, we can see that gold has actually performed extremely well in the last 20 years. The steady increase over the last 2 decades represents a growth of 454% compared to the Australian dollar, or 551% compared to the US dollar. If we take a look at gold's performance in 2020, it actually outperformed a lot of asset classes, with a 13.9% gain against the Australian dollar and a massive 24.8% gain against the greenback. These numbers are actually very impressive, and it goes to show just how well gold can perform in times of uncertainty. And in the current economic system where there's massive amounts of money printing, inflation, and uncertainty, I believe gold is a must-have in any well-diversified investment portfolio. My current allocation towards gold is only 10%. However, I plan on increasing that and converting more of my cash at the bank into gold. Now, let's move on and talk about the stock market. This is one of the most popular investment vehicles due to its low barriers of entry and the vast variety of easy-to-use investment products, such as ETFs. You can't talk about investing without talking about stocks. So here is what I'm investing in, so you guys get a rough understanding of my investment strategy towards stocks. To be completely honest, my experience in stocks is actually very limited. I've only been investing in the stock market for about 2 years. I would definitely say that I'm more of a beginner and I follow a very simple strategy that has been working very well for me. Are you guys ready for it? I simply diversify into a variety of ETFs that cover the US market, the Asian markets, and the Australian market. That's it. That's all I do. I put the same amount of money into these chosen ETFs every single month. This prevents me from trying to time the market, and it is known as dollar cost averaging. And this saves me so much time because I don't have to spend the time researching the companies that I want to invest in. Another thing that I really like about ETFs is that it provides me with exposure to some of the biggest companies in the world. And it also provides me with a yearly dividend payment, which I invest straight back into the stock market. And over the long run, results have shown that ETFs and mutual funds have actually outperformed most management funds, meaning that it is almost pointless for you to choose your own stocks unless you're an absolute genius that can outperform the market on a regular basis. Although past performance does not indicate future returns, the long-term average of the S&P 500 and the ASX 200 indicate that we should receive a 10% return on our investments in the stock market. I currently have a 10% allocation towards the stock market in my investment portfolio. However, I plan on increasing my exposure in the stock market in 2021, and I'm aiming for around 20% allocation by the end of 2021. Alright guys, thank you for sticking with me until now. It is time for the final investment, and this is one of my personal favorites. In 2021, I will be investing in more startups and small businesses. Even though I absolutely love the real estate market, the stock market, and cryptocurrency, but none of these asset classes is going to provide a huge income for me. And at the end of the day, if I want to grow my portfolio faster and invest more, I need to make more money and increase my income. To do this, I will be networking with like-minded people, investing heavily into small businesses, and establishing partnerships with business owners. I know this is a very risky investment, and I would not recommend this for everyone. However, I will be doing a lot of research and my due diligence on every single investment. With this said, if any of my viewers are in the process of starting their own business and just need some guidance, some investment, some capital, or just somebody to bounce their ideas off, please feel free to message me on my Instagram at InvestWithZeng, and I'll be happy to have a chat with you. Alright guys, just to wrap up, I just want to make sure you guys understand that none of this is financial advice. I'm simply sharing with you my personal opinion. With that said, I really want you to do your own research and due diligence and tell me in the comment section below what's your favorite asset class and what you plan on investing in 2021. And this brings us to the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching till the very end, and if you found value in this video, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button right there and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. And I'll see all of you guys in the next video.